Hello and welcome to the Recovery Oracle. My name is Veda. Thank you so much for being in this space with me. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. It is September 5th. Regardless of when you find this message, there is something here for you, whether you are in recovery, considering recovery, or have a loved one, family member, friend who is in recovery, or thinking about it at this time. You did not stumble upon this by accident. Your guides have been speaking with my guides, and you are here in this space for a purpose and a reason, and I hope this message finds you well. I'm so grateful to have you here, so grateful for this beautiful day. It is my birthday today on September 5th of 1988. I was brought into this earth. I am 37 years old today, 37 years young, I should say. Our words are spells. I feel very, very good about today. It's just selenite wands. I'm feeling really, really, really great about just a small accomplishment I made today. I have been receiving the calling from my guides and angels to speak my truth. And in that, I have felt for some reason that needs to be me telling my story, the story of, how my addiction and the trauma and the suicide of my partner on my birthday. He hung himself. I found him 2 years ago. And these are not the things that I need to even speak of. These are not things that happened to me, but happened for me, for my greatest and highest good, to get me here where I am now. That person that I was with, it was not a relationship that was built on a solid foundation. He was very much struggling with his own addiction and his own traumatic childhood wounding. And we both were drinking together, and there was a 24-year age difference between us, and he very much was abusive to me. But that is not what I want to talk about. That is not the truth of myself today, because the truth of myself today is that things don't happen to us, they happen for us. And I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for that happening. I was in a relationship that I was putting up with and I wasn't getting out of. Things were getting worse. My friends, my coworkers were noticing, bruising and marks on my body when I come to work. Everybody was encouraging me to come up with an exit plan, and I was not getting out. I was not saving my money. I was spending all my money, all my time, all my resources on him and his children. And I was staying in it. It was about security. I didn't feel I could leave because I couldn't afford it. I didn't know where I would go. I didn't know what I would do. I was being financially taken care of in addition to my own job and income. We did a lot of traveling together. There are some good things that I have good memories with him, of traveling, of surfing, of learning to golf. And he was very adventurous and spontaneous. And so there are some good memories that I hold of him, and I feel terrible that it happened the way that it happened, and that he was hurting so badly that he took his life, and that it was a lack of his connection to his soul's path, his lack of connection to God. It was a financial, he was filing for bankruptcy. He was $250,000 in debt. He was molested as a child. And never got any therapy. It was kind of one of those men that, and one of those people, I want to say, but it is more common with men not to feel comfortable seeking out help, and so I encourage you to do so. It is absolutely the most attractive thing in the world when a man is vulnerable. It's also the strongest thing that one can do is admit that they don't have it all figured out, admit that they need help, and admit and show their feelings and emotions. So very much so, he was not that type of person, and was so far disconnected from who his soul really was that he felt, because of a financial issue and these inner woundings, that he needed to take his life. He's not the only person that has taken their life in my life. And I have also had many friends get in drunk driving accidents and die. I've had many friends overdose and die. I myself overdosed 6 times in 4 days before I was in a, this was after I was gotten a house fire in my mattress that I may or may not have accidentally caused myself. That is still kind of up in the air, but I have a permanent damage on my body from being in this fire, and then feeling the shame and guilt that I was using drugs in a room next to a child's bedroom where a child was sleeping in a house where they thought I was clean and sober. I went off the deep end, and I overdosed on fentanyl 6 times in 4 days. And it wasn't until I ended up in a burn unit hospital with the wounds on my hand and my leg, my thigh, a wound this big, open wound of 2nd-degree burns, was green and yellow infection, that I wound up in the hospital, and it saved my life. I'm sorry, I so apologize. 1 second, my dog is scratching at the door. I always say excuse me and sorry about that, like you guys are waiting. So anyways, moving on from that, those things do not define who I am today. Those things led me to where I am right now. Those things connected me to the Christ consciousness within my heart, that has aligned me with my destiny in helping other addicts and other people in recovery, and just other people in general find their own divinity within themselves. Connect you to your soul's path, to your soul's purpose, so that you are so enamored by the divinity within yourself and the divinity around you, your angels and guides and ancestors that are cheering you on. We all have an army, a team behind us that wants our highest and greatest good, and that is my mission. If everybody were connected to that, if everybody understood why their soul came here, that they have a very, very, very big purpose and reason for being here, especially if you have gone through addiction, understand that yes, you are meant to help others. You are meant to get over that and help others through it. It's very, very laid out. It's very obvious. We're meant to help others through the pain, the darkness that we've experienced. So that is what I'm doing here today. I firmly believe that if everybody was connected to their soul's divinity, their soul's path and purpose, that we could end the cycle of addiction. And I say that it may not happen in my lifetime, but I will certainly, I am fighting, loving towards it and working towards it, and in whatever capacity that I am meant to do that. So I consider myself a divine representative. I am a divine channel. I am a conduit between heaven and earth to connect others to the heaven that resides within and around us all. So welcome to the channel. Again, my name is Veda. I'm so glad you're here, and let's get started. We are doing, so I have these Sacred Light Oracle. So Sacred Light, and then I have the Lightworker Oracle, and then I have the Sacred Geometry Oracle, and we'll do some tarot in there, but I want to start with the Sacred Light. I don't know, angels and guides were calling me to this deck. I don't use it often, but we're going to get one card for the general theme, and they're kind of, there's like kind of multiple themes on one card, so we'll see what they want to bring to you at this time. I hope you're all doing well. Angels and guides of the highest vibrations of light, love, and truth. What can we get a theme for this message for the collective this evening, please? One theme. Thank you. One card. Overall theme. Thank you. Well, that one wanted to flip over. Consciousness. Okay. So we have consciousness, self-awareness, personal realizations, and prejudice is on there as well. So let's take a look at what all of that means. We are going to go with it. It's kind of what I was just speaking of, the personal realizations of what we have come here to do, that we are Christ consciousness and we're all interconnected. We have sphere of light, healing hands, empathetic qualities, and animal wisdom on the bottom. What a lovely card. Look at her. Sweet. But we're going to go with the theme of consciousness. Maybe some of you are healers, empaths, and or are very much into the animal wisdom, your spirit animals. I do love a good spirit animal. I use those cards a lot as well. I have a lot of spirit animals in my life, including crows, snakes, wolves, owls, fox, whales. So go ahead and put your favorite spirit animals in the comment box if you would like to. Okay, consciousness. Let's see what the book has to say about it. Self-awareness, personal realizations, and prejudice. So, and it's a number 7. 7 could be a lucky number for somebody. You could be seeing 777. The full moon in Pisces is in 2 days on the 7th as well. So let's see what we have for consciousness. It says, the divine invisible thread of consciousness connects you with everyone else. It is so strong it enables links and connections with others through consciousness instantaneously. Knowing who was calling you, thinking of someone, and then bumping into them randomly confirm your deep connection with soul and the consciousness. The teachings of Gautama Buddha reinforce self-respect, understanding, and accountability to reduce pain and human sufferance. Being conscious of your own actions is essential if you wish to grow into a higher state of being. True growth is initiated when you don't hide, but confront your own opinions, however misguided and uncomfortable they are. Wow, and I just did this. I'll tell you about it in a second. Cosmic Master Gautama Buddha reminds you to respect yourself and others. You must remember that respect is earned from the actions you take. Rise above the victim consciousness. Self-love, compassion, and understanding will assist in personal realizations while you seek respect from your family, employment, and social groups. Following in the footsteps of the Earth's cosmic master and taking a path to a higher level of enlightened consciousness is time-consuming. We are all born and raised with certain prejudices, so it is up to us as individuals to change these prejudices the more we become aware of them. If you are triggered emotionally, take the path of higher understanding. And a quote from Gautama Buddha says, make the most of your situation. There is always a lesson of truth to speak. How relevant and synchronistic and connected is this entire message? The sacred crystal for consciousness is golden topaz. And an affirmation for you, it says, I am open to new experiences. I realize my purpose with passion. I am open to new experiences. I realize my purpose with passion. What a beautiful start and synchronicity to the reading. This is absolutely gorgeous. I just was having a phone call with somebody who's going through some things with a coworker at work, and sometimes it's not easy to love everybody. It's not easy to practice unconditional love towards everybody, especially when they aren't being that way towards you. And it's very easy to point out the flaws and the not so attractive things about other people when they aren't being kind to you. And I kind of felt myself falling into that and kind of backing him up and being like, well, this and that, I agree with you because this and that, and I realized I didn't feel good about it when I got off the phone, and I sat here and I talked to angels and guides, and I asked God for forgiveness, but then I said, no, that doesn't we do that for ourselves. Our God is all loving, all knowing, all caring, and knows that we're human, and we don't need to ask for forgiveness every time that we commit a sin. What you do to make up for it is you counteract that negative energy with something positive. So I recognized the negative thoughts and words I was speaking, and I prayed for her. And I prayed for him, and I prayed for her that she would just be so like sideswiped by divine love and healing, that she just didn't know what hit her, and that she would come to know her soul's purpose and herself and God in a more personal way. And and that's how we fix that. Don't just treat people poorly and then ask God to forgive us. So I don't even know the person. I don't know what she's going through. I don't know her struggles. Obviously, somebody who treats somebody like that is hurting very badly. So, and that made me feel better than just asking God for forgiveness. Instead of, because our words we speak, the energy we put out, that energy makes its way to those people and can negatively affect her. And she's obviously suffering bad enough. She does not need any more help in hurting. So let's send love and light to our enemies, as hard as that may be, or even just not give our energy to it. Okay, I want to see what Ascended Masters are working with us here with consciousness, self-awareness, personal realizations, understanding the interconnectedness of all people and all things. We are all one. Angels and guides, who is working with us? We have Rumi popping out, breaking boundaries, personal experience of God. Rumi coming out. That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Rumi was a poet who wrote a lot about his connection to God, the divine, and love. He is like the top #1 love poet of the entire world still to this day. Angels and guides, who else is with us for this reading? Thank you, Rumi, for being here. Love that. That's beautiful. Jesus. We have Jesus. So acts of service. When you serve, the universe serves you. And we were talking about that Christ consciousness that is within us all. And that was part of Jesus's teachings. He wanted everybody to understand that they have that Christ consciousness within them as well. We have Shiva coming out. The end of a cycle. Debts are paid. Choose your destiny. Big energy coming out here tonight. Wow. Okay, or this morning, whatever time of day you are watching this. Okay. And anybody else who's working with us in this Christ consciousness, interconnectedness, speaking our truth, understanding the lessons and the meaning of life. Anybody else? Nope. Who's that? Joan of Arc, sacred activist. Do not be afraid. Stand up for your beliefs. Yes, and that's standing up for what you believe in, standing up for others, speaking your truth, right? And Joan of Arc worked closely with the archangels. I think it's that it was Archangel Michael she had on her flag in battle. And she was like 17 when she first told the French military that she was a divine channel, that she works for, she represented God and the angels. And wow, big beautiful energy here. Okay, so let's keep this kind of at the center. Rumi, Jesus, Shiva, and Joan of Arc, thank you so much for being here with us in this space. We also have the Lemurians on the bottom of the deck. Clairvoyance activated, psychic awareness, sensitivity, and trust your intuition. Then Lemurian, so maybe some of you have Lemurian ancestry, heritage. Maybe you consider yourself a star seed. I believe Lemuria was here on Earth. They were like one of the original races of humans that knew that they were interconnected to all all things, and worked and coexisted with the earth and the elements of the earth. It is something like their pineal glands were so expanded and open that they could clairvoyantly see within like hundreds of miles in all directions, and like supersonic hearing, and very, very, very high vibrational people. Okay, so put these here. Let's get into some tarot. Okay, there. Alrighty. Yeah, I like this deck. All right, I'm going to do Celtic cross spread, but I am going to lay it out in line, so let's just have it in order and see everything. Or I may kind of do it in a line this way. We'll see. I'm going to try to make it so you can all see. I am also working on not explaining so much. When I read the cards, I don't need to tell you guys the entire meaning of every card. We can shorten our readings that way. And because I am reading you tarot, not teaching you tarot yet. If you like to learn tarot, I don't know that I'm at the point where I could teach it yet. I do know some things, but I'm still learning myself. It's a very, very deep, complex system of that covers so many cultures, and numerology, and symbolism, and Jungian symbolism, and Kabbalic symbolism, and Hebrew letters, and the zodiac, the astrology, biblical. There's a lot to the tarot. So I will tell you what I know. One sec. Okay, sorry about that. Alrighty. Okay, let's get into some tarot. See what we are looking at with all of this. Somebody has been doing some debts are paid, end of a cycle, choose your destiny. So some karmic cycles are completing at this time. Do not be afraid, stand up for your beliefs. You may be being called to stand up in your own truth, stand up for what you believe in, and stand up for somebody else and who they are. Be not afraid. And Jesus acts of service. When you serve, the universe serves you. So in that message, Jesus also talks about there's a trade of energy. So it's not feeling bad for charging for your services, that there's an energetic trade that is acceptable to happen, that you are allowed to charge what you're worth. Don't feel bad for charging for what you're worth. The universe wants to pay you to do what you're here to do. So anything as far as creation, healing, teaching, any acts of service for others, beautifying a home, making meals, if you work making food for other people, if you make art, if you paint homes, if you build homes, if you work, just making sure that you are getting compensated for your time and your energy, because there is an equal giving and receiving that is due to us all, that it is our birthright. Rumi, with mystical knowing, breaking boundaries, the personal experience of God. That is really having that higher knowing of the interconnectedness of everyone and everything. Some of you may be writers and write poetry, be it in a very loving relationship. Rumi also often shows up when love is present. And if you have heard of Rumi, write it in the comments. If you haven't, look into some Rumi poetry. I know that you have seen his quotes places. He is like world renowned for a very, very, very long time, for hundreds of years. Okay, so let's get into the tarot. Trying to fly out. Okay. Angels and guides, what do you want us to know this evening? Celtic cross spread in the spot of the collective that represents them right now, how they are showing up, please, in the number 1 spot for the Celtic cross. Thank you. Jeez. Come on. Sorry. Spot number 1, Celtic cross spread. Thank you. Whoa. Okay. And we have 3 cards coming out. That's a little confusing, so we're putting them back. Too many cards. 1 at a time, please. Thank you. 1 at a time. In the spot that represents them, please. Oh, now none of those are coming out? Okay. Number 1 spot. You might have to go through that pile again. They threw out 3. That was... There is spot 1, 2, and 3, but that would have been confusing. Represents them at this time. Yep. They want us to go back through. See? Okay. Now we're... Too many cards! Too many cards, please. Wow, they're excited tonight. Often happen. Okay. Just 1 card, please, for the spot of them. Thank you. 1 card representing them. 1 card, please. Thank you. There we go. Thank you. 7 of Voices. Okay. Huh. All right. And some strategy. Okay. And in the, what complements that, please? Some of you may be working on a strategy right now. Trying to figure out how to go about something. Time in your mental space, complex thoughts. What crosses that? Why are we throwing out all of these cards? Okay, I'm going to take them. Okay, what crosses that is the Ace of Materials and the 4 of Materials. So somebody is trying to think of a way to make some money or concerned about their finances at this time. It looks like you have like some new financial offer or new thing. Rewind this already. So at the 7 of Voices, at the 7, it's highly complex. It's highly complex feelings deepening and mystery. This is the card of voices, the card of communication, the card of thoughts and ideas. So we have some sort of strategy. See the fox? It's like clever as a fox. You're having to be strategic and strategic with your thinking and some sort of complex emotions that you're having. You're having to come up with some sort of strategy. What's crossing that, or what's complementing that, is the Ace of Pentacles. So some sort of new financial offer. You've got a new financial offer that is bringing you security. But there's going to take some thought. It's going to take some sort of focus on your part to realize, like, you have this thing being offered to you that is a new beginning, a new physical beginning, financial ability, bringing instability for you, but it's going to take some thought and focus to get to it. Okay. And can I move that up and you guys can still see that? All right, here, I'll keep these here. Alrighty, what do we have in the soul seat, or the subconscious underlying? What's underlying this? 7 of Voices, 4 of Materials. Oh, thank you. 7 of Emotions. So complex emotions. Complex emotions are complex thoughts. So at the 7 of the Seven of Emotions, you have options, you have choices, and maybe that's a little overwhelming for you right now, and you're in your head about it, trying to figure it out. This is a lot of different things, and not necessarily all of them are good or the right path, so you're having to be discerning. You've got like, if you look at these goldfish, she's trying to pick out a goldfish, but one of them has a little bandana, one of them's actually a shark, one of them's like poisonous. So she wants to make the right decision in picking out that goldfish. Okay, so I'm gonna put that there because then you guys can still see it. Yeah. All right. What do we have in the recent past? Supporting this. Recent past supporting this. Let's get all of these out. I'm going to get them all out, and then I'll go over the whole story. I'm trying to remember to do that. Put that in there in case it wants to come out. In the recent past or supporting. The Five of Emotions. Okay. Sort of loss. Or change in your emotions. Some sort of grief and loss, possibly. Doesn't have to be. It can just be a change of heart. Having a change of heart. Giving yourself that self-love instead of depending on an outside source for it. What is crowning, please? Crowning. I would take that whole big stack. Crowning, please. Interesting. Knight of Voices. Moving forward with your voice. Moving forward on an idea with your voice, like forward momentum. This is quick movement also. Moving forward on an idea. Communication is crowning the reading. And then what do we have in the near future, please? The Muse of Voices. Queen of Swords, or King of Swords. This is King of Swords. This is like leadership and communication. Leading with an idea. Taking action on an idea. Taking action on some mode of communication or a clarity of thinking, like a very high, clear, crisp, intelligent, mature decision making in the future. We'll get more on that, but I love that. I love these sideways cards. The kings are represented as muses, and it's like coming together with your higher self in the highest capacity. This is the highest level of understanding for that suit. High levels of communication, intelligence, clarity. We're going to clarify it. And what else do they need to know about themselves? I'm hearing take it. I'm hearing take it. I'm hearing take it. Okay, we've got the wheel. Okay, so they're saying take it, take it, take it. So the wheel of fortune in the spot of you means the wheel is turning, possibly in your favor at this time. Moving forward in communication. Brought up some confusing emotions for you, possibly. Complex, confusing emotions, yeah. All right, and representing their environment. What's the environment right now for the Wheel of Fortune? And them as a wheel. Their environment. I will always do that. If I hear take it, I take it. I do read intuitively. Okay. What's their environment, please? And that was like loud, take it. Their environment. Thank you. So we've got 2 cards out. I'll take them both. Okay, because this is a Page of Materials and the Ace of Voices. So some sort of new communication, new ideas coming in. Like divine downloads. The aces are always kind of like from the divine, from the higher realms, and new. So new idea, new, some sort of like downloads or ideas that are coming in that are bringing you income. Again, this is coming out. So Page of Materials bringing you stability. So some sort of pages are like beginner's mind in the physical realm. So some sort of new job. It's also the student. It's also, it could be a gift or a message. We'll get more into it. It's a gift. Some divinely given idea is bringing you into a new form of income, is what it's seeming like. What do they not see coming, please? What do they not see coming? We've got the King of Cups. So this could be you or someone else taking action. He's like leading in love, leading from the heart, taking action in love. This could also be somebody coming towards you that you don't see coming. A King of Cups could be male or female. There's no gender in tarot. It's just the suit. So it's like the highest level of like a very loving, cup overflowing, sincere, kind person coming in that could potentially be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces that you don't see coming. Okay. And what is the overall outcome? I'm going to move Joan of Arc. I'm going to move you down here so your face isn't getting covered up. Thank you. Okay. All right. What's the overall outcome of this, please? Use emotions. Overall outcome. Woo! Lovers. They're a choice. This could be coming together with a soulmate. It could be you're coming together with this King of Cups. The overall outcome, or coming together within yourself, this self-love, this merging of your divine feminine and divine masculine into a whole, loving, whole person. This is like love, so much love coming in, or you have a choice to make. It's a strange card. This is also a card that represents a choice that must be made as the overall outcome. So we're gonna dig into it. Let's find out. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Emotions. So this is like a community coming together in celebration with like-minded soul mates. This is also like the Queen, the Maiden, and the Crone, the Crone, the Mother, and the Maiden. The Triple Goddess. This is also our soul, our literally our spirit guides. This is a card that represents them, or our soul connection to others. So this could be like a celebration of your, like, with others, working with others, doing something, sharing your heart with other people. So let's kind of break this down. All right, so we have the Seven of Voices. So some complex thoughts, some strategy. All right. Okay. You're being told to put your mind and your focus and strategy into creating financial stability for yourself, but you have this some sort of divine, you have the Ace of Materials, you have an offer, you have something that is there that maybe you're overlooking or you're not seeing yet, and they want you to focus on it. Underlying that, it looks like there's actually several options you have to create stability, a financial stability in your life. In the past, you went through some sort of hurt and hurt, grief, or loss, and had to find the love within yourself. You have to look at the 2 cups that are still full, not the 3 that were another person's that have spilt. The love coming from within you is worth far more for yourself than any love that anybody else outside of you can give you. That is in the past. So there's some grief and or loss there, which it makes sense that I was speaking of that in the beginning. Maybe somebody needed that message and needed to hear the connection to their grief and loss coming from, or that they're connected. We all have some grief and loss, and that's a big part of my story. Something hurt you. Something that was very hard, something that you lost, you gave up, but that's in the past position. And the subconscious, you have a lot of options. Underlying this whole thing, you have a lot of options to make money and create stability for yourself. It's going to take some thought and effort, some mind behind it, and then moving forward on those thoughts. Moving forward on those thoughts and ideas is crowning the reading. And if you do that, in the near future, you will lead in these thoughts and ideas, or your realm, or your mode of communication. Maybe some of you are teachers, are guides of some sort. This is also some psychic abilities. The Muse of Voices is very, very, very much psychic. They have very clear, high frequency, high intuition based thinking minds that it's a very high level of thought and mind. I want to clarify it. Let's see. Why is the Muse of Voices here in, let's see, shuffle these real quick. That. Okay, why is the Muse of Voices here in the near future, please? What's the Muse of Voices about in the near future? Thank you. Laid right on top of it. King of Wands. Ooh, you are some sort of like, this is about taking action on an idea, taking action on a passion. Action on an idea, action on communication, action on a passion, action on, it's like, as the King of Wands, I think of him as spiritual leadership. And the King of Voices is very much psychic. So you could be some sort of spiritual leader in the near future. Or you are taking action on a passion, on communication, on an idea that you have. And then why do we have the wheel representing them? Can you clarify why the wheel is here, please? What's coming with the wheel? What's coming with the wheel? of Swords. Stabilized thoughts, stability and communication, stable thoughts. Also, this is a card of like rest and recuperation, meditation. Like at the 4, it's stable, right? Okay, so 4 is mastery, mastering the thoughts, mastering the mind. 4 is a number of mastery. Is that what this is about? Is mastering the thoughts? The 4 of Swords. Anything else? Queen of Cups. Emotions. Psychic. Interesting. Very loving, very nurturing, deep thoughts, deep emotions. Yeah, kind of mastering your thoughts, your emotions. This definitely has like psychic themes to it. I'm not taking this 4 of Swords as a rest, how it is often depicted as a time of recovery or rest or isolation after battle to like rejuvenate and recuperate, because the wheel is turning. This is the wheel of fortune turning, so it wouldn't mean the wheel's turning, welcome to rest. The wheel means something big is happening, so I'm taking it as like mastery as the numerological and the number, the meaning of the swords. Mastering your mind. Some sort of psychic like channeling, especially with the Queen of Cups here. She's very, very intuitive, very much psychic. She's like okay, and then the Ace of Voices and Page of Materials. This is like a new financial opportunity using their voice or their ideas. Can you tell me any more about that? The Ace of Voices and Page of Materials. Clarity and different, have a different perspective. See it from a different perspective. New physical start with a higher understanding. Anything else? Going into it with a beginner's mindset. You've got a new communication, like communication coming in. Environment, it's communications coming in. Ideas and thoughts are coming into you at this time. The Muse of Emotions. Why is the Muse of Emotions of what they don't see coming? This King of Cups. Why is this here? What they don't see coming. This is interesting. Why is the King of Cups and what they don't see coming? Ace of Cups. That's you. You have mastered your emotions. What you don't see coming is you're mastering your emotions. You're leading in love. Because you've got a full cup. You've got like this, you've filled your cup to overflowing of love. You are leading in love. What you don't see coming is leadership, some sort of position where you're going to be leading in love, and the overall outcome is the lovers. It's like coming together as understanding that you are like a universal consciousness, like we've been talking about. That makes sense. Why is the lovers here in the overall outcome? What's the lovers about? I want to come out. What's the lovers about? Death, rebirth. At the end of something. Yeah, the end of the old you and the coming into the merging of yourself with your higher self. You're merging your divine feminine and masculine. It's like there's like the death of an old you and an entirely new you that is whole and complete. This is a whole, complete person. Each half is balanced. That's the overall outcome, is that you are an entire, whole, healed person. This is like healed on both sides. And it's divinely blessed. You see the wings. There's an angel in this card. See the wings up top and the lotus. It's like the higher consciousness. The end of an old you. Alright. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom again. The wheel is turning in your favor. You are coming into a higher understanding with your mindset, with your emotional set. You are understanding. This is why I was drawn to talk about this in the beginning. You're coming into a higher state of consciousness, an understanding of the oneness of everyone and everything, and your connection to others. And something about that connection to others is your purpose for being here as well. So there's a reason that all came through and came out at the beginning of my reading, talking about how it was for me. There is always a reason, a higher reason and understanding than sometimes that we can see until after it's happened. But it's very obvious to me why, now that I was being told to speak of the things that I started speaking of at the beginning, to talk about how I was telling my truth and how I've been called to help, heal, teach, guide others, is because you are also. So that's pretty straightforward. With that, let's get a light worker oracle to we'll get one sacred geometry. Sacred Geo to close it up. Sorry, this is a long reading again. I don't know how people do it in 30 minutes. But I do give a lot of information. Okay, alrighty. One sacred geometry for this whole reading, please, to wrap things up. Angels and guides, thank you. One card to wrap it up. Wrap it all up. One card to rule them all. One card. There we go. Empowerment. Okay, yeah, you're having to use your voice. There we go. Thank you. Okay, this is about using your voice. Using your voice and communicating, leading, teaching, guiding, healing, helping others, leading, teaching, guiding others with your voice. Empowerment. The frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. Can't make this shit up, you guys. You saw it happen. I'm not doing any tricks under the table. This is all right in front of you on a Chromebook. So, wow. Beautiful. Okay, let's get you a light worker oracle card. Oh, what a crazy reading. And we have authority on the bottom of the deck. Yes, somebody's being called to lead with their voice. You're being asked to lead with your voice, with your ideas. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. empowerment and authority. Somebody's being asked to step up. That's what this is all about. Use your voice, speak your truth, share it with others, and it's your calling. I mean, that's straight from the divine. Okay. So with that, you are a light worker, obviously, so this is very appropriate oracle to use. Angels and guides, can we have just one card to wrap it all up with the light worker oracle? What to wrap up this reading? One card, please. Just one. There we go. That's it. Oh, you sneaky sneakies. An invitation to connect. Number 19. This could have to do with your psychic abilities too. And we have Soul Child that threw itself on the ground. Soul Child is when you possibly don't grow up with you don't have the closest family. So your role for coming to this earth, you come into a family where there's not a lot of love, because you are meant to spread and share your love on like a global scale, and seek love other places and share and spread your love outside the home. If you had a home that was too comfortable or loving or nurturing, you may never leave or seek out love anywhere else, and that is part of what your soul's job here is to do, is to reach out kind of on a global scale or like a larger community scale to others to find love. So like Soul Child. I will say we also have the messages are in the numbers 1111. Be very much paying attention to the numbers you see. Any repetitive numbers, I see 444 all the time, 1010, which happens to be my most recent clean date, my last one, and like 444, 777, 111, and look up those numbers and see, look up the spiritual, the angel number, for any numbers that you are seeing frequently, and I know they have something to do with what you're going through or experiencing. So we have number 19. 19 could be a synchronistic number. Maybe you're 19, maybe you have a 19-year-old child, maybe you were born on the 19th. This is also a 10, so it's completion of a cycle. This is an invitation to connect, and this has, I believe that this has to do with connecting to spirit. So with all of these swords here, somebody's mind is very, very powerful, and spirit wants to speak with you. Your guides and angels want you to listen to what's coming through. You've got the Ace of Swords out here. A lot of aces coming out. You have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. So that's all divinely given stuff. So be paying attention to what they may be trying to say. Give yourself that time to meditate and rest. It would make sense, the four of cups, or the Four of Swords being here at the wheel in your fate, was kind of saying, if they rest on it, if they go within, it is the card of meditation as well. If they go within, they'll get the answers. So that could have something to do with it also. Number 19, an invitation to connect. So it says, love exists throughout our universe. Many loving beings that do not belong to the human race exist in worlds beyond the earthly realm. Among these are those who are aware of the spiritual plight of humanity and are willing and able to help us move forward. Unlike those who close their minds because they fear the unknown, you have an open mind and an open, receptive heart. Beings from other worlds recognize you as a receptive channel for their unconditionally loving assistance in this world. You will both benefit from this individually and help the planet. So you are being offered an invitation to connect. It says I'm reading this whole thing to you. This is important. There are many dimensions to extension. Excuse me. I'm stuttering now. It's like they're trying to channel through me right now. There's a lot of energy here right now. Okay. There are many dimensions to existence. For those who are developing evolved sensory perception, the senses will not be restricted to being impressed upon by the physical dimension. There are higher dimensions that the psychic or emotional nature can recognize, and the swords and the cups are also psychic and emotional. And even more refined dimensions than the higher mind can recognize. Beyond that, there are dimensions that the mind, even in its most expansive state, cannot grasp, but the spirit knows to be real. The more your sensitivity to subtle energy evolves, the more aware you become of these worlds beyond this world. For some, this will be easy to accept and will inspire interest in learning more. Others may be tentative about exploring connections with non-earthly beings. Great peace can grow in the heart of those who are unafraid, who are open to the idea of beings that are aware of humanity but not human themselves, who want to help humanity evolve and have the spiritual power to be able to do so. Let me know if this resonates for you, if you consider yourself a light worker, a starseed, a psychic, an empath, a channel. If you don't yet, but you have always had an interest in it, any sort of inclination towards it, or an aversion to it. You may have a witch wound from doing it in a previous life and being persecuted. That is also a thing, and so you're afraid of it now. No matter how mixed up and consumed by the darkness the world may seem at times, there are so many powers of light working to see the earth and humanity through this most interesting time, to see us into the new age of spiritual enlightenment. It is all part of this divine experiment of life, and there are many forces invested in the successful and loving evolution of humanity. If you have been contemplating life beyond the earth, perhaps talking to the stars or gazing wistfully at other planets, if you have been intrigued by the mysterious codes of light and sound you are sure are embedded in crop circles, or simply having a feeling that you would like to work with beings who are more spiritually evolved than humanity at present, then you are being given a clear message with this oracle. There are beings in other worlds that are very aware of your open, loving attitude and the work you are doing. They are actively responding to your thoughts and feelings. Since we live in a free will zone on Earth, we must extend an invitation to receive assistance. Because you are unafraid and resonate from a place of peaceful curiosity and a higher level awareness, you are capable of issuing the needed invitation to those that consist humanity from a place of unconditional love. Of course, there are forces in the broader universe, just as there are forces in the natural world here on Earth that would not be so helpful to the triumph of love on this planet. Therefore, we must issue our invitation to the forces of light with a peaceful heart and a wise mind. The invocation below has been carefully crafted to attain that purpose. You are asked to use it whenever you feel the need to do so, knowing that you are part of a bridge between humanity and other living worlds that want to assist life on Earth. They thank you now and offer their blessings to you and to life on Earth in all ways possible. Okay, so here's the invocation. If you want to pause this and get out a pen and paper and write this down. This is the way for you to call in the higher dimensional beings of love, light, and truth. I do this before I start every reading. I do this with my every reading, but my morning readings when I communicate with the divine. I set the intention that it is only for love, light, and truth. For my highest and greatest good, for the highest and greatest good of the collective. And I explicitly state that my auric field, my energetic space, my home, my belongings are impenetrable and non-accessible to any lower vibrational entity, energy, or being that is not of the love and light, not of unconditional love for all, and not for my highest and greatest good. And I declare that across all timelines, dimensions, and realities, past, present, future, and parallel of my own free will. So it is. That's kind of how I say it. So there are things that you need to declare it. You need to say, so it is. You need to say, of my own free will, and make sure that it is only of the light, and you're safe. And our word is, it's divine law. They can't, there's no breaking that. So the invocation, let's see, because this is a book that I started my journey with. So this will probably sound very similar to what I just said. It says, as a member of the human race, through my own free will and for the greatest good, I call upon all beings that resonate with the quality of unconditional love and wish to assist humanity and earth to evolve on the path of divine love. I ask for the unconditionally loving ascended masters that serve Christ consciousness to be the gateway through which permission is confirmed for these beings to enter Earth's field and assist humanity according to divine will, grace, and love. May all beings be happy and free. So be it. And that's how you invite them in. And that is how then you sit and you drop out of your headspace and into your heart, and you imagine your heart opening up, filling the energy around you, then filling up your room, then filling up your house, and imagine it encapsulating your city, your town. Imagine it then encapsulating your state, and send your heart, this open heart energy, just expand out into the cosmos, and just imagine it, declare it, say it. Your intention is everything. Your intention is what makes it real, and you state these things, and that's what brings it about. Our imagination is reality. Our intention is our bond, is the key, is the switch. So I will leave you on that note. I hope this was as fun for you as it was for me. What a beautiful, beautiful message for somebody out there, and hopefully more than one of you. This is very exciting times we're living in. The next year is going to be off the chain, and in all the best ways. It's getting pretty wild, beyond our wildest dreams. So expect the unexpected, expect miracles, expect blessings, and know that you are being guided to lead with your voice, to communicate with the divine. All these swords and cups, this is your psychic abilities. You have that in you, and you may have done it before in other lives, and you are getting those gifts back. You are resonating at a high enough frequency that your body can now accept those energies coming in. So isn't it a beautiful thing, sobriety? Because now we get to be psychic, we get to be empaths, and understand the gift of being an empath and having that sensitivity, and how to protect it and control it, and not allow it to drain us, not allow it to kind of run us and show this shadow side of itself, but keeping it in love, light, and truth, so that we can help ourselves and others. We are all one. We are all connected, interconnected, cosmically, heavenly, psychologically, and through the heart space, most of all. Thank you for being here. If this reading resonated with you, please like, share, subscribe, comment, share it with somebody who you think could need it at this time. And if you are interested in a private reading, a custom-made meditation, or a subliminal, or affirmations, those services can be offered on my Buy Me a Coffee. Gratuity is always welcome and so appreciated. I am still fixing some burnt bridges from my addiction. I don't expect any help with that. I am just happy to be here doing this. But I do offer services that can help you connect to your divinity further. I also am a personal trainer, so we can get your vessel looking as good on the outside as you feel inside your heart, and just strong, full of vitality and energy, and ready to accept all the blessings and the miracles coming in. So bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being here on my birthday and spending over an hour of your precious time with me. And I hope this brought you closer to yourself, closer to your understanding of your soul, your mission, your purpose, and a very, 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 very big reason for you to stick with your recovery and stay sober today. We don't have to drink or use ever again. And when you got all this, why the fuck would you want to? All right, thanks so much. Good night. Bye-bye.